if somebody's got it out for you, and that's the thing, your career is in the hands of these people, bro. Somebody could have not liked Jinder Mahal because he was of Indian descent. You don't know that. You just don't know. All it takes is one person. And bro, that's the thing that sucks about professional wrestling.
So let's talk about Jinder Mahal.
Oh yeah,
Jinder Mahal. Someone talking about potential. Talking about someone who was just wasted talent in many ways. I listened to I watched the Chris Van Vliet interview that he had. It was actually very good. And he said something that was really interesting. He was talking about how just being there, like he was giving advice. He was just like, just be there, just stay in shape, stay ready. Because he talked about how he went from being way out of shape during his release and coming back, getting in shape, prepping for it, coming back for the draft, that it wasn't even in the cards for him to be as popular as he was. He was just supposed to be a body there, just for that time. Was still stayed ready in shape, became world champion. That he ended up losing, stayed around, was gone, stayed ready, was given a WrestleMania spot and won the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania, which the match wasn't even originally. He wasn't even originally supposed to be the match. It was just supposed to be just simply Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. And he said he thinks that Randy Orton actually had something to do with him being in the match. And then Rusev was hot at the time, so it became a four-way. So he went from not even being on the match period for the U.S. title to actually being in the match and winning the U.S. title. That stayed. He only had the title for 8 days. He goes back down. Stays ready, stay ready, stay ready. Then, the 24/7 stuff which was kind of a mockery, but it still got some television time. That ended. Stay ready, stay ready. Then all of a sudden the Tony Khan tweet comes out and he ends up, being in a segment with The Rock, which was way over to the point that it wasn't even originally scheduled for him to face Seth Rollins, but they added that on because The Rock segment went over so well. So he was given some really good advice as far as wrestlers staying ready for that spot. And that's the reason, he was singing WWE's praises and had a lot of positive things to say about it. And then all of a sudden, he gets released. Actually, all of them this year got released too, Veer and Sanga too. Vince, what do you think about just Jinder Mahal giving that advice and encouraging people to not, to always be ready, stay ready, don't give up, don't fret, just wait for that opportunity just to get released? Out of anybody, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, bro, see that's the thing, Chris. Like, man, and again, EC3 will tell you this, bro. There's some very vindictive people in professional wrestling, bro. And bro, your career is in the hands of these people.
Demon.
So bro, if somebody doesn't like you, if somebody, bro, I know freaking Mike Sanders, who was one of the best people on the mic that I ever worked with. Okay, bro, they're gonna bring him into WWE. He goes there to meet everybody. They're gonna sign him with a contract. Triple H was in the vicinity. Mike Sanders did not see Triple H. Therefore, he did not go over and shake Triple H's hand. That was the end of Mike Sanders' career. It's that simple. Wow. And that's what these wrestlers have to understand when EC3 talks about this old school card, the good old boys. Bro, you can look at somebody the wrong way. Bro, here's another incident with Nick Aldis, of all people. Nick Aldis. Eric Bischoff had just come into TNA. Okay, so and Eric was booking with us. So I brought him over to meet Nick Aldis. Bro, I could tell Nick was very, very, very nervous, had never met Eric Bischoff before. He could not look Eric in the eye. Next booking meeting, bro, Eric makes the statement, man, bro, when that guy was having a conversation with me, I will never, ever trust him because he couldn't look me in the eye.
Whoa.
Bro, he was nervous. He was like, that's all it was. But that's what I'm saying, Chris. If somebody's got it out for you, and that's the thing, your career is in the hands of these people, bro. Bro, somebody could have not liked Jinder Mahal because he was of Indian descent. You don't know that. You just don't know. All it takes is one person. And bro, that's the thing that sucks about professional wrestling, because somebody like EC3, unless EC3 does what he's doing now, do you know how much is out of your control, bro? There is so much out of your control and out of your hands, and not a darn thing you could do about it, bro.
Just think of the psychological damage that all these wrestlers have to deal with.
Well,
Literally, just walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells every day that they wake up, not knowing if they have a job. Hopefully, being hopeful. Someone like a Trevor Lee being hopeful with what he's done so far that he'll stay a little longer. But based on what we see with these releases and what we've seen for many, many years, unless you're in the top 1% is, this guy.
I mean, bro, Don Callis, I'll never forget Don Callis. I was his only friend at WWE. Everybody hated Don Callis. Okay, bro, you know why?
He would dress outside of the
bingo. And who knows why, bro? Maybe he had a little Schwanson. I mean, who knows? But the guy would dress like out in his car. Yeah. That's all it took, bro. That's it. And bro, maybe the guy had a skin condition. Maybe he only had one testicle. Who knows? But that was it, bro. He was done.
Wow. What a very interesting. Yeah.
If I had one testicle, I forgot to do something. I just remembered. Someone paid me $1,000 for a picture of me in a thong, and I did.
There you go. Anyway, I got to adjust my car.
Yeah. What was I saying?
If you had one testicle, that'd be part of your gimmick. That's a great gimmick.
I would walk into the locker room on the first day, and I'd be like, "Gentlemen, I'm going to put on my gear, and I just want to let you know I have one nut." Yeah, there you'd be over here.
Yes, Vince McMahon will hear that and make it a part of a gimmick.
Absolutely.
You were literally come to the ring holding an acorn.
All you know.
Yes.
I like pooping in people's faces because I'm clumsy.
Wow. And has he said that before to you?
Probably.
Yeah. So what's the wildest thing Vince Russo's ever said? Vince McMahon, what's the wildest thing Vince McMahon's ever said to you personally?
Me? Oh, good question. Get the dump buddy button ready. All right, so when we were doing the original NXT, an idea that kind of came up where they wanted to do, Vince saw Saturday Night Live once. Like, he's like, it'd be cool is like little segments that are humorous parodies. And so they asked me to come up with some ideas, and I came up with like 12. One of them was the affirmated World's Strongest Scent, the Mark Henry cologne, if you remember. So actually had help with Cena help me write it, and it was hilarious. There was so many moving parts, fake vomit, like it was going to be a hit. Then Vince sees it, goes, well, that's a good idea, so I'm just going to take it and I'm going to ruin it. And he rewrote the whole segment into what became the abomination that I was involved in, the World's Strongest Scent commercial. So from there, he was hands-on producing it, and I'm filming it, and like there's this time I take a whiff, and I'm like, he's like, no, cut. Yeah, smell more. Okay. It's like, no, wrong. Just really, really get into it. Okay. He's like, I want you to sniff like you just smelled an old man take the biggest in that toilet right over there. Just smell this shit. Smell this shit. Like, all right. Ooh, and like whatever the hell I did. Like, yes, that's perfect. I'm like, dude, this is so insane. What is happening?
Without being there, that 1,000% happened. 1,000.
Diabolical mind.
1,000%.
Yes. He's like having an orgasm over you smelling crap.
It was a bomb. Like it was a bomb. It sucked. It sucked.
Yeesh. Wow.
And here's the thing. It was Vince's idea and he was responsible for it. And he passed the blame to everybody but himself. If it was the one we shot, the one we had, where I have Todd Phillips fake vomiting all over me and I'm just sitting there putting it over, like not selling it, dude, I'd be a billionaire by now. So Mark Henry Cologne. Everybody.
Which is the reason why you said that you would take a bullet for 90s to 2000s Vince, but when it comes to the Vince of current, you wouldn't because
I would take that bullet, but hopefully it's not shot at me and I'd find another means for it.
There you go.